Here's your news for June 25th, 2020. And your headlines for today include: famous wrestling personality is tested positive. More than 24 WWE talent tests positive. Why is Jon Moxley pulled from AEW Dynamite? WWE brings back Great American Bash. Released WWE superstar spotted in the crowd during AEW Dynamite. Bray Wyatt calls out the Young Bucks for gimmick infringement. Brock Lesnar is exposed, and more. We are kicking off today with some big news from WWE's Renee Young, as the broadcaster has confirmed that she has tested positive. In a tweet, Young joked about the situation, as well as WWE backstage being cancelled, and reminded everyone to wear protective masks and wash their hands. According to Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet, at least 3 WWE employees have tested positive at the Performance Center this week, and this includes in-ring talent, though no names have been given at this time, and only Young has come forward about her positive case. The number of positive tests could be much higher than just 3 though, as one source noted that the number of positive tests is said to be in the 24 range across superstars, staff, and production. It's unclear what this means for this Friday's scheduled SmackDown, as it's been reported that at least one superstar who was slated to be on TV came back with a positive test. According to Dave Meltzer, the company isn't exactly handling this news well behind the scenes, as he said, "As of this moment, WWE has made no internal statement to employees or talent, nor a public statement." Since Meltzer said that, the WWE has issued a statement saying that they will continue testing everyone ahead of TV productions for the foreseeable future, but we don't know what they've said, if anything, to their employees. The company are planning on conducting more tests ahead of the taping scheduled for this week, as all these positive tests is the last thing WWE wanted right now. Another thing the WWE doesn't want is to go back on their current crowd plans, but it looks like they may not have a choice in the matter. Recently, the WWE has started to phase in actual fans, including friends and family of employees, but given these tests, it's likely that this friend and family policy is over. PW Insider is reporting that given the company had to push a taping back for one day after just one positive test in the Performance Center, the upcoming tapings will have even bigger changes. They report, PW Insider is told that if Friday's taping moves forward, there will not be friends and family invited. This is clearly an uncertain and chaotic time in WWE, as Vince McMahon was already calling for rewrites before tapings were pushed back, and now the boss will have to find a way to write out those superstars who won't be able to appear for the considerable future. This problem isn't just isolated to WWE though, as fans will have noticed that there was no appearance from Jon Moxley last night, despite the AEW World Champion being advertised in advance. In a tweet from Tony Khan, it was confirmed that Moxley had come into contact with someone who had been in contact with someone who had tested positive, which of course now turns out to be his wife, Renee Young. Now the AEW World Champion is under doctor's orders and staying at home to get tested for the safety of the other AEW workers. QT Marshall also didn't appear on last night's Dynamite due to similar concerns, as it just goes to show that everybody needs to be careful during these unprecedented times. We've got some better news from WWE now, as following the success of In Your House, the company is bringing back another blast from the past. Just days before the 4th of July, next week's show will be a Great American Bash special and will serve as the counter-programming for AEW's Fyter Fest. The show will feature Dexter Lumis facing Roderick Strong in a strap match, whilst Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, and Dakota Kai will face off in a #1 contenders match for Io Shirai's Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley will be forced to join the Robert Stone brand if she loses to Stone and Aaliyah in a handicap match. Of course, the real big event will be in 2 weeks, when the NXT North American Champion and NXT Champion face off in a title-for-title match. And it's no coincidence that both of these huge shows are taking place the same 2 nights as AEW's Fyter Fest. Speaking of AEW, the road to Fyter Fest continued this week with another episode of Dynamite, and the show had a few people scattered in the crowd as usual, including one familiar face. During a brawl between Hikaru Shida and Penelope Ford, more eagle-eyed fans were able to spot former WWE talent Cesar Bonani in the crowd during Dynamite, And although it came as a bit of a surprise, it should be noted that his 30-day non-compete clause with WWE is long over. After starting at WWE's Performance Center in 2015, Banani was awarded the 2017 Future Star of NXT award, though the Brazilian star accomplished little else in his WWE tenure before being released earlier this year. Like many other superstars from the Black and Gold brand, Banani was let go as part of the April 15th releases, and given that AEW often uses wrestlers in the crowd during Dynamite, time will tell if he'll appear on Dark or end up receiving a contract. We've got some merchandise news next, as the Young Bucks recently revealed their Christian AF merch on PWTs, leading to Matt Jackson sending out a rare tweet to advertise their new apparel. One person who certainly saw the tweet was WWE's Bray Wyatt, who said that praying hands is his gimmick in response to Matt's tweet. It's not likely that the Young Bucks and Wyatt will be sharing the ring anytime soon, but at least there's no rule against them communicating on Twitter, even about a design on a t-shirt. From one former Universal Champion to another now, as some disturbing claims have been made regarding current WWE superstar Brock Lesnar. These claims are being made by former WWE talent Terry Runnels, who fans may remember as Marlena and as part of the Attitude Era, before transitioning into an interviewer role before her release in 2004. Speaking to the Key On Sports podcast about the Beast Incarnate, Runnels claims that when she was walking past Lesnar's dressing room, the future world champion would call her name, and when wearing nothing but a towel, would expose himself to her. As she added, "I would have much rather him not be so disrespectful of a female that's been in this business for as long as I have been." Runnels added that Lesnar at the time realized the power he'd soon have in the company and was aware that the powers that be were going to make him a world champion, indicating that this reportedly happened before he was crowned Undisputed Champion in August 2002 when he defeated The Rock. This isn't the first time Runnels has spoke about the Beast Incarnate, as she also talked about this during an interview back in 2004, but has now spoken about this again in greater detail. In the wake of similar claims regarding multiple members of the WWE roster, the WWE have put out a blanket statement saying that they are looking into these claims, and time will tell whether anything comes of it. Back to Raw now, and the Red brand has undergone some changes since Paul Heyman was replaced by Bruce Pritchard as the show's executive director. In the wake of Heyman's departure, Ringside News is reporting on the process of pitching ideas to Vince McMahon himself, and these pitches are reportedly run by Ed Koskey. Whilst Pritchard is there, the source described the executive director as a Cheshire cat who sits there and tells jokes to Vince, whilst Ryan Wars is also present to laugh at Pritchard's jokes and, if a creative idea bombs, offer a plan B. The source added that Vince McMahon will also bring writers in to discuss ideas, but added that sometimes this is just to make it seem like the writers' voices are being heard. It was added that the writers brought in often feel like every moment in front of the boss is a chance for McMahon to get sick of them, and given the current atmosphere, they know not to speak too long in front of the chairman or risk the boss getting annoyed at them. Whilst Pritchard may have replaced Heyman as Raw's executive director, we can't imagine Heyman being sat in a boardroom with the boss just to tell jokes, and time will tell whether having the executive director roles of both Raw and SmackDown being one person is for the better. We've got an update regarding Charlotte Flair next. As whilst the Queen may be gone from the ring for the rest of the year, it doesn't look like she'll be taking it easy during her sabbatical. Speaking to the Wrestling Inc. Daily podcast, Charlotte's father, Ric Flair, spoke about her, saying that he hopes she competes at SummerSlam, and added that she may already have a project in the works. He said, "I know she has a TV series looking at her, and she's got fitness people wanting to do work with her. I hope that she takes as long as she wants off." Details are scarce about what kind of TV show the Queen of All Eras is reportedly in contact with, but given the athletic background of Charlotte and her skill in the ring, it's not surprising that fitness people are wanting to work with her. Time will tell whether this show with Charlotte materializes, and whether the Queen of All Eras does indeed end up working with these fitness people her father mentioned, but it's clear that the former women's champion will be using her time off wisely. And we're ending today with the results from NXT, as the show saw Cameron Grimes defeat Damian Priest, albeit after Priest was attacked earlier in the day outside the Performance Center. Up next, NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar continued his winning ways by defeating Jake Atlas in non-title action. In women's division action, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez defeated Kaden Carter and Casey Catanzaro before the New Zealand superstar made it clear that she has her sights set on the NXT Women's Championship. Despite the best efforts of Bronson Reed, he became the latest victim of Karrion Kross, whilst Rhea Ripley picked up a win over Aaliyah and will have to do the same at the Great American Bash to avoid joining the Robert Stone brand. After Dexter Lumis defeated Roderick Strong via countout, it was time for the main event, which saw NXT North American champion Keith Lee retain his title against Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. As impressive as this win was, it also means that Lee will defend his title in 2 weeks against NXT champion Adam Cole, and one man will make history, becoming the first man to hold both titles at the same time.